Controller, Current and Public Affairs, Television Continental, TVC. Jide, good to see you too.
Thank you, Wendell. Good to be here.
Occasionally, you may be hearing some murmurs and some applause. These are supposed to be passive members of the audience. They are not supposed to be contributing. They are just here to observe things. So let me introduce the man of the moment. My pleasure to welcome His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State. Your Excellency, good to see you. Events of the past 72 hours, like I said, have had you in the midst of all of it. We'd like you to lay the template for what we'll be doing here for the next 2 hours. We'd like you to update us, for instance, on your relationship with your party, the People's Democratic Party.
Let me say clearly that I have a good relationship with my party, and that is why I'm doing everything that is possible to make sure that in our state, candidates that have emerged become victorious in the 2023 general election. I'm still a full member, committed member of the People's Democratic Party. Of course, like you have said, there are times you could have disagreements, and what is left out there to the public may not necessarily or actually be the simple truth. You may have read in the social media, in the electronic media, in the print media, all kinds of things. I just want to say clearly that what I believe in and what I continue to stand for is equity, justice, and fairness. It doesn't matter whose interest is involved. What we're talking about today, we're not talking about a presidential candidate. The primaries have come and gone. We're not talking about the vice presidential candidate. The candidate of the party has made his choice, and which everybody has accepted. And therefore, that is not the issue today. The issue as it is today is, and as it is provided in our constitution of the party, section 73C, makes it clear that there shall, not that there may, there shall be zoning of party offices and elective offices. Very clear. It was not. It's not ambiguous. It's not ambiguous. It is made clear that this is what is supposed to be, or what should be, what should be done. And you know, people who want ascent to political power will always try to manipulate the system in order to suit them. And when they are doing this, they do not let the public know the actual facts. All they do is to slant the story or stories in such a way that it will deceive the public. The founding fathers of our party never made a mistake. They knew the country called Nigeria and the complexity of this country. And therefore, in doing things, they try to move this country forward. They arrange it in such a way we will not have problems in our party. You remember, and that is why I've always said, people should not forget history. It may not be favorable to you, but for the sake of the society and of the country, you must remember. In 2013, 2014, you remember there was this issue of the presidential candidate of the party, which of course at that time, we had our president, President Goodluck Jonathan, who emerged as the presidential candidate of our party, being the People's Democratic Party. You also recollect in that convention that so many people walked out of that convention. People like the candidate of our party today, Waziri Adamawa, that is Elijah Chukwu. In fact, I just remembered, and let me commiserate with him. I hear he lost one of his aides. So on behalf of the government and people of the state, I extend our condolences to him and know that it is God, the Almighty Allah, is one that gives, is one that takes. So may he be consoled and let God give him the strength in order to overcome this irreparable loss of far as I'm concerned. But moving further, Aminu Tambuwal was one of them. The former Senate President Saraki was one of them. They all walked out, saying that the presidency must come to the north. Of course, President Jonathan, who was a sitting president at that time, did everything he could do to talk to them to come back to the party. Of course, Jonathan was rebuffed. As a sitting president, I even remember that there was a time he traveled to London to see our presidential candidate today. He rebuffed Jonathan, who was a sitting president at that time. We said no, we remain in the party. We also had, when the former governor of Niger State, Ali Babangida, came out on channels and said, look, they all agreed to work against the candidate of our party, being President Goodluck Jonathan. Yes, some former governors came out, no, they are not saying the corrective. But what is important that, yes, some members of our party played anti-party activity because they believe that the presidential candidates should go from the north. So, I just have to lay this foundation for people to understand. We have had our primaries, and the presidential candidate have emerged. But before the presidential candidate emerged, there was the issue of where would the chairmanship go to? Because in our party, the chairman comes from either the south, and the president candidate comes from north, or the president candidate comes from the south, and the chairman will go to the north. The intention of the founding fathers was that to allow for inclusivity, for everybody to participate in the hierarchy of decision making of the party. Because as it is today, three major persons are those who take the decision of the party. One is the national chairman, one is the presidential candidate, or the president and if you are in power. And then the DG of the campaign. These are three key positions that oversee the runnings of the party and major decisions being made and how the party will move forward. Now, we from the south, before now, we had met and said, look, the presidency must come to the south. APC, PDP, we met. In fact, when this idea was mooted, because frankly speaking, I never attended NEC meetings in Abuja, but they met during NEC meeting, and I agreed that the conveners of this meeting would be the governor of Ondo State, Akredo, the governor of the Ebonyi, Umahi, and the governor of Delta, Okowa. They became the chief conveners of this Southern Governors Forum meeting. And the first meeting was held in Asaba, precisely in Asaba. And in that meeting, it was agreed that whatever it is that President Muhammad Buhari, coming from the north, has done 8 years, and therefore, for inclusion that the next president should come from the southern part of the country. And the next meeting was held in Lagos, where it was also amplified and stated clearly that this is what we must pursue as a people. Then the final meeting was held in Enugu. I don't want to say certain statements made by some governors in that meeting. But I remember one of the governors said, how will I tell my children that I cannot be a president because I don't come from a particular section of the country? I don't want to quote that governor now, but at the appropriate time, we'll be able to let you know, because a lot of people forget things and then turn around to do different things. So in any group was the final meeting where we agreed. And in doing so, when I said, look, Secondus as chairman of the party, you already running out your tap. And therefore you can't go back. Because it's the position of the South that the president has to come to the South. And the president cannot come to the South if you are the chairman of the party. Because by a convention, by our constitution of the party, this is what it is stated. And so it was not as if it was a personal thing. In order to allow of our decision in the Southern Governors Forum, then this has to be done. And so we went to the party. Arguments and counter-arguments. In fact, it was surprising to me when I saw the behavior of some of the governors who were even the conveners of this Southern Governors Forum meeting started shifting. That no, the chairmanship should not be so. And we said why? It must be so. The chairman must either remain in South or he goes to the North. Luckily, the party set up a committee for Zulu. And in that committee, the governor of Enugu State was the chairman. Governor Otto was the deputy chairman for the zoning of the party offices. Cleverly, as some people may always think they are too clever, they came up with the issue, oh no, zone only the party offices, don't zone the elective offices. And some of us say, how can you only zone party offices? You will not zone elective offices. You know, so many people, some people believe they are too intelligent than others. And some of us say, look, this will, at the end of the day, cause crisis for us. If we do not now state it frankly, this is what should be done. And for us to move on. This problem you think you are trying to avoid will, at the end of the day, resonate. And it will be a crisis for us. And at that time, it will be too late. Now, the chairmanship was now zoned to the North. And that was why there's nobody from the South who contested that. Also remember, when we lost election in 2015, the party Southern formed the committee under Ekweremadu. And that committee came up and said, let us zone the presidency to the North. And that was why in 2018 convention, there was nobody from the South who contested for that. All the aspirants at that time came from the North. And everybody will remember. I was out here for a campaign of Tambo. And when we lost, I never hid my intention. I was at my kept, and I said, the primary was over. We'll give you all the necessary support. And which we did. There's no state of PDP, I would say, they contributed more than River State. There's not one state of PDP that would say so. And I challenge any state, and I also challenge the candidate today to tell PDP members if there's any state that contributed in whatever way in order for him to emerge victorious at the national election. So, those of them who thought they are too powerful, they are highly connected, they are the founding fathers of the party, they own the party, they now said there should be no zoning of the presidential ticket. Leave it open. Let the best candidate emerge because they think they have the numbers. We have just seen our constitution. Not knowing that we're laying the foundation, a seed of discord in future. So as it mattered at that time, oh, it's okay. No. All of us. And how are you? I am that chairman. And I stand to challenge everybody. I stand to challenge everybody. And let Ayu himself say, Ayu never allowed my foot to rest. Every day, thank you. I will assure you, we'll make sure this party is united, that do all kinds of things and that. Well, that's history now. He became the chairman. And I said, listen, what's going on? He said, well, they started selling funds. I said, but you have set up a committee for zoning. Now headed by the governor of Benue State. We started selling funds. I said, how can you start selling funds when we have not discussed the issue of zoning? So cleverly, then I came up with since people have bought funds, there's no need to zone. I mean, at this level of our life. My mother used to say that, look, in her fact, she did not go to school, but she hears shut up. That one, you don't need to go to school to know that somebody says shut up. When I see fraud, when I see manipulation, and I said, look, this thing will put us into crisis. So, okay, let's go in for the campaign. Some of us came out to say we are going to run. And in the name of God, I came out with everything because I believe at this time in our country, you must have people who are dedicated and committed and have passion for this country. People who want to really solve this problem. The only thing that I can tell you today, I feel paid that I don't have the opportunity to fight banditry. I don't have the opportunity to fight oil theft. If there are two things I told myself I was going to do, was to take on insecurity head on and the issue of oil theft that's affecting our economy today. As president. Yes, but be it as it may, you must always know God that gives power. And so you will not go and keep, but the day you were born, you were not told this is what you will be. Rather, your parents will pray for you. I want this my son, I want this my child, I want my daughter to be a great person tomorrow. But not that you are told that, look, you'll be president through PDP, you'll be president through APC, you'll be this. No. It doesn't happen that way. Now, one for the primary, we campaigned. Seriously, we campaigned. And they were shocked. Because if you look at the modus of our campaign, nobody was a DG. Nobody was anything. You never know. But we didn't want to allow anybody to approach the people going to be moles. So you don't know the assignment Benga is assigned to. You don't know the one that Shegun is given to. But all you are saying, campaign is a movie. So it became a problem. Meetings upon meetings upon meetings upon meetings upon meetings. A whole national chairman threatened some of the presidential aspirants at that time that if Wike wins, he was going to resign. In fact, he was calling aspirants to withdraw for Atiku Abubakar. Bala Muhammad is there. Saraki is there. Tambawa is there. Meetings and meetings and meetings were called upon. You must withdraw. If not, we will lose. Wike will win. So I don't say, but the issue is not about Wike. Nobody fights. It's not Wike, but it is. We want to. So it took time. This is a national chairman of a party who is supposed to be the chief umpire.
This was before the primaries.
Yes. Even if the grant of the primary, that was why we started the primary very, very late. The primary was supposed to start 11. We started around 5:30 to 6. This is how many who are delegates? 774 local government. Underground used to have 4,000 and 5,000 in number. 774. So what was going on? Meetings upon meetings upon meetings. Putting pressure, step down, step down. Some retired generals were involved. Some of the meetings were held in their houses. So, but even in the campaign, in the committee of the convention, when we met in Benue Governor's Lodge with the National Working Committee, I raised it as national chairman. These people are chairman of these committees are all known supporters of Atiku Abubakar. He swore, oh no, he said, look, just to let you know that if we don't want this convention, we would have gone to court. But we don't want the party to be in crisis. Therefore, do the right thing. So at the end of the day, all of us will be happy that the party has done a good convention and the winner has emerged with that rank. We are opposition party. We are not in the ruling party. Therefore, we must conduct ourselves in such a way that there should not be internal crisis that may not be resolved before the general election. There was nothing I didn't do. Manipulation of delegates list, litigations of there was nothing he didn't do. And unfortunately today, the numbers were not adding up. There's nothing they didn't do to make sure that Wike did not emerge. So, we went for the convention. And they came. You remember, I spoke last. You remember, I spoke last. Based on alphabetical order. And when I came out to speak, of course, there was danger. The version was thunderous. So it became a problem to them. Now, to tell you, I was highly disappointed by the former Senate President. Very experienced, very seasoned. All these things were all set up to manipulate the system.
Which of them?
To David the back. He was the chairman of the convention, planning committee. It has never happened in the history of election. In fact, when you are speaking, whatever thing you want to do, it is at that point you will say it. But everybody has spoken. I have spoken. We have now started for them to commence vote. A whole chairman of National Convention Planning Committee announced that said that there's an announcement. It has never happened anywhere. Announcement we were thinking would be, look, for security reasons, don't pass this way. Or there's something that was just, picked up. I don't know whether anybody has been so your phone or whatever. Such announcements were expected. Was to give back the microphone to someone to come again and speak after people have spoken. To say, my brothers, I want to withdraw. Okay, not even say you want to withdraw. You now went ahead that they should vote for Atiku Abubakar. At that point, if not for the love of the party we have, if we don't love this party, that convention wouldn't have held. There would have been a crisis in that convention. But as people who say, look, you just let us go ahead. For peace to reign. David man never thought it. Is there any other person who wants to say anything? He never thought it. No one. Then we ahead and it's okay, nobody else. If you object, that's fine. What will you do? Because we love. We say, look, anything that will cause crisis, let us avoid it. And like I said, anybody who knows me too well. At that point, I would have said, this convention cannot take place. If heaven was going to come down, we would have allowed heaven to come down that particular day. But we said, no. We must be intact to take over power because Nigerians are waiting for the party. So we must not do things that will let Nigerians know that, look, we are not serious. So we allowed it. And everything went. Not even being satisfied after you have done all you have done by threatening that you will resign if we came with. You now went ahead to Governor Tamboa's house and said, the hero of the convention, a national chairman. You heard what Jang said. He has never had this in his life. A referee carrying the ball, putting for the other side, and the side scores, then he said he blows. It's a goal. Against all of that aspect. And so we thought, okay, it's over, it's over. There will be reconciliation or whatever. And let me tell anybody who cares to do, I never run for presidential position in order to be a vice president. Never. Never.
That's what people are saying, that because you are not chosen, that you are showing the traits of a bad loser.
You see, first of all, how you know those who are prepared to run the election? Some of them collected presidential form, at the same time collected senatorial form. You know that those people are not serious to run. I never collected for any senatorial form. Even after the vote, people said, come and go for Senate. I said, no, I won't do that. I've already made a commitment that this Senate should be zoned to this area because they've never had it before. I must not be in power. By the grace of God, since 1999, I've been director. It's not a do or die affair. Now, and again, when you're working as a team with people, sometimes you must listen to them. If I tell you the number of Nigerians that called me to say, listen, please make sure that you take the offer. I said, offer what? I said, no, I won't do that. I will not. They said, no, it's not for you. It is for our team. Let us also be relevant in the system. That we know that, yes, you don't need it. I said, look, I don't trust these people. I know them too well. So don't put me to this. The pressure was so much. I said, okay, let you not look as if it's a personal thing. But I told them, but then you will understand that you don't need to trust these people. What happened? After the convention Saturday, Sunday, the candidate wanted to see me on Monday. And I was rushing back to Port Harcourt. And I said, I will leave it by 10:30. And so I can give to 10,000 after 10,000. I have about luckily he came with Mana Waziri and Co, Tunda Yeni, all of them. Luckily for me, Ben Aduke was there, Nanobi was there, Fayoshe was there that morning. So they came and spoke and spoke. Then it was Mana Waziri who said, okay, two officials should go and have a private meeting in my office. Who wanted? The medical sat down. He said, Governor, I said, sir, look, you must go. I said, why? He said, no, we have never had presidential candidate and chairman for the same zone.
This is the former vice president talking to you.
Telling me this. That was the first thing he said. And you know, what I've come to learn, and I challenge. Let the former vice president say, or the candidate say, no, I never say so. And I say, what did I say, Amana? And in the morning, if you let this Amana that, he never told me this.
Other people are there.
No, that's what private meeting there after the general meeting. Then the next thing he told me was, I want us to work together. I said, like how? He said, look, this vice president. I said, no, but he has made promises to people. He said, no, he has not made any promises. I said, no. He has made promises to the governor of Delta. He has made promises to he said, no, in fact, he was just coming from there now. He just told him not possible. I said, sir, I will discuss with my people. So, that was that. The point I'm trying to say, integrity matters a lot. Integrity matters a lot. Because you're talking about trust. Part of what we have problem today in this country, people don't trust our leaders again. You say something here to me. In their spirit, you're saying a different thing. At the end of the day, you say it's political, it's by politics. No. Then I said they were going to give him certificate of return. And I was invited. I said, I don't need to come. And I didn't go. So the governor of Adamawa came to see me. I said, look, he didn't come for the certificate. What is it necessary? So if I don't come where they are presenting the certificate, I'm not this kind of eyesight, psychopath. I don't do that. It's okay. Why not go and congratulate him in his house? I think, but he has come here. He said, no, it doesn't matter, it's okay. I called one or two persons. Are you around? He said, yes. Come and join me. We went to the candidate's house. I said, congrats, sir. I've come to congratulate you. Stories from there. Now, some of the people now, they gave us this. It was then he told me that one of the ex-military soldiers, one of the ex-soldiers,
Former general.
one of former generals, wrote 3 names: Okowa, myself, and the governor of Akwa Ibom. And the chairman of the party was not happy. Why would he be the ex-general that will nominate next? He said, okay. He was now going to write a letter to the party, for the party to nominate a presidential candidate for him. That he didn't want to make the mistake he made in 2018-19 when people accused him of nominating Peter Obi without letting people know. I challenged them to show the letter he wrote to the party. I challenged them to show the letter he wrote to the party. That it made the party not to constitute a high-power delegation. 5 members of National Working Committee, led by the Deputy National Chairman, North, National Secretary, National Woman Leader, Zonal Chairman of the North Central, and one other person. 3 governors, 7 governors, Chairman of Governors Forum, Amin Tambua, Bala Muhammad, and Autumn. 4 former governors: Suda Labido, Ali Babangida, Yeli Moke, and Olusegun Nidiko. 3 BOT made up of 2 former Senate presidents, Senator David Mark, Senator Wabara, who at that time was Secretary of BOT, and India Churuma, and then 2 members of the National Assembly, the current Senate Minority Leader and House of Reps member Woloke. Let any of them say they either saw me, I either came to them to speak to any of them. I challenge any of them to come out and tell me that I either came to them or spoke to them. So please, as you are going to this meeting, nominate me. I challenge anybody. They did their meeting. I was at home here. Of course, social media. Whatever, this and that happened. Before that meeting, the national chairman made sure they did not recommend anybody. Say, I'm on this street. And some of them said, how can you say, you have already given us 3 names that people have submitted. And that the candidate had made preference that it must be a serving governor from the South. Who are the serving governors? Who are second-time governors living? Okowa, Udom, my humble self. So it was clear. Well, they tried to do all permutations, all kinds of things. And they wrote there, in order of preference. So our preferred person, number 1 is this. But it's also pending when the candidate will say, after that happened, national chairman went to the candidate in the midnight. I said, no, that's not what we told them to do. You can pick anybody. Fine. And when I saw them, I said, look, why do you have to go to this route? Why? You are the candidate. All you would have done, after 2 consultations, I have picked so person. Why do you have to make it look so? I mean, look at the crisis you are causing for nothing. It doesn't make sense.
Your Excellency, don't you think that the signs were there all along, but that you didn't see it? For instance, you brought forth to contest for the presidential ticket.
Yes.
Governor Udo from the South
Yes.
brought forth to contest for the presidency.
Okay.
Other governors from the South brought forms for different offices,
Yeah.
like governor of Abia State, for Senate, and all of that. Only one governor on your party platform didn't buy any form for any office. Governor Okowa. There are insinuations that all along there had been an agreement between him and some persons, including the presidential candidate now, that he was going to be the running mate. These signs were there all along, but you didn't see it.
No, it's not correct. We have heard of this. I can tell you how much Okowa got. Yes. But you see, if you're a good politician,
Could you clarify that?
no, of course, I said we have had this, that he's going to run with Okowa, that Okowa is supported him with force, and this, we were all aware. It's not that we didn't see. But then, as good politicians, we started. Take, for example, the United States of America. Biden ran with the vice. The vice president of America today, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris gave Biden serious problem. And so when they wanted to pick the vice president, Biden said, look, this one gave me a problem. I cannot. But those in the Biden's camp who meant well for Biden said, listen, if you want to win this election, you must take Kamala Harris. You don't tell us, those who are close to Biden in his council, who meant well for him. And look at the support today. So the mere fact that you have had, the problem you have with some of our leaders, that there are so many rent seekers around you. So many of them have not been in power for years. So they're all looking for how, look, I must bounce back home. things are tough for me. So those who have no value to add, for
Right.
Christ's sake.
Your Excellency, sir.
Okay.
From the onset,
Yeah.
from the picture or the scenario you have painted,
Yeah.
it's been a journey of broken promises, which you are well aware of.
Yeah, yeah.
One would want to ask, why didn't the presidential aspirants from the South Side insist from the onset that we must have zoning,
That's what I told you.
especially for the fact that the national chairman, prior to the convention, was already from the northern axis.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That it's unfortunate. That is unfortunate what you find in the system. It's unfortunate. There's what you call an in-house also. Sometimes the man who may be killing you may be the person from beside your house. No armed robber comes to you with that inside and give you the information. That you know very well. That you know very well. But for me, it's not different. I say, okay, we're done with that. In fact, look, if I follow, first of all, nobody forced you to say that if the presidential candidate emerges from the north, I would resign. Nobody forced him. But he knew that had been the practice. He knew that had been the practice. Why would you have come out to a whole country, to a whole party, if this happens? I'm going to do that. And now people are not saying, okay, why not do this thing which you promised? And you then begin to attack individuals. Wike. Was it Wike that told him to go and say that? Was it at the goal point?
All right.
And let me tell you why I said, which also, apart from this, IU is very corrupt. Very, very corrupt.
This is a heavy allegation.
No,
And you're on 4 major television.
listen,
Yeah.
listen.
Say
I'm
this.
not, listen. You are talking to the governor of Rivers State. Yes, I'm talking to the governor of Rivers State. You see, I have told you, I am totally involved.
And because you're a lawyer also.
Oh,
So
I said, look,
yeah, when you
have-
say this kind of thing, you probably have evidence.
Listen. IU has opportunity to challenge me. I will name. I said I will name. I told you I was going to speak. Am I not speaking today? We're not even going to that moral, but even some of the governors can tell you. Look, will he deny the fact that he did not collect 1 billion naira from Lagos?
From
Lagos.
Yes.
Who in Lagos?
I would let him deny. I will tell him who gave him the money.
Lagos.
Yeah,
Lagos
not
government.
Lagos state government, whatever. I'm talking about
Lagos
the money was given
individual.
to him in Lagos. Yes.
For what purpose?
He met one of the presidential aspirants and told him that he's not sure these governors may want to sponsor the party. Let IU say no. I will even call some of the businessmen and how the money was arranged in Lagos. That money did not enter to the account of PDP. But we're not attacking IU on that basis. We're attacking, like, look, this is what we are talking about.
So when
Mr. Governor,
allegations,
Look,
when big
look,
allegations
listen,
are made, sir,
listen.
people will want
I'm not a governor.
validation.
Look, I'm not any governor. I'm a serious governor. I'm a very important governor. I can't just come here and begin to say anything. I say, I challenge.
You mentioned only one. You said you made
I just read one.
that he took
I said,
money.
let him deny this, then you say more.
You have
What
more.
I say. Yes, that's what
You
I
have
said.
more.
I would even mention from the governors too.
Let me ask this question, Mr. Governor. You've spoken a lot about
So
Senator
that
Ayo.
I don't forget. So that
Okay.
talking about integrity, about settlement and this. Now, we were invited to a meeting in London by the presidential candidate. We were 5 governors. Governor of Adamawa, Who is the governor of the presidential candidate? Governor Otto. Governor Sheimekende. Governor Ibaz. And my humble 5 of us. Senator Lakawo was one who was taking record. The presidential candidate told us, in truth, that he has confronted Ayu on this statement. And Ayu said yes. He said so. He asked, okay, what do we do? I said, look, sir, we're all here. If I'm not interested to win this election, you didn't pay my flight money to this place. Why would I spend money to come to London to hold it? Why would I spend such money? But because of the commitment, because we believe this party has to win the election, everything must be done. Sacrifices must be made in order for us to win the election. We said that. And he agreed with us that Ayu has to go. And what was remaining? He now said, we should give him 1 week. Let's go work at the modalities of Ayu. Let Governor Fintri, who is the governor of Adamawa, let him tell Nigerians it is not correct. Let Governor Sheyi tell Nigerians it's not correct. Let Governor Otton tell Nigerians it's not correct. Let Governor Ibaz tell Nigerians it is not correct. This is what we agreed. For us to have peace, let's move on. Let bygone be bygone. What is so that while you are doing campaign, you are president candidate, your DG is not you. Look, Nigeria is such a complex country. What is that? Now, within that 1 week, we didn't hear for the presidential candidate again. All we know, there's a constitutional barrier. If he respects us, assuming, do not concede him. If the president candidate respects us, what stops him in calling us back and say, look, I've gone to look at this thing. There are the constitutional issues. Even in that meeting, we said, look, bring your lawyers, bring your lawyers, let us sit down, work it out. But he never called us. All he now had on, you see, there are the constitutional issues, that's this. But we forgot that we have constitutional matter. The constitution said you must zone. Now we just see our constitution. Now you are bringing constitutional, what kind of?
All right.
What kind of
Governor,
constitution?
if I may get to my part, I guess we'll still get to what the constitution of the PDP says, because when speaking with some of the members of your party that were in the meeting in Port Harcourt, they said, well, this is a moral issue. I think the chairman of the party has said. But let me ask, there are those in your party who believe that as much as you are not happy with what Senator Yocha Ayu said, I was going to step down should a presidential candidate from the north emerge, that in fact there is much more anger coming that is more than that of Senator Ayu, which is the fact that your relationship with your very good friend, the governor of Sokoto, said Aminu Tambuwa, that you feel so betrayed by him, and that is in fact the real reason. I mean, you're speaking to Nigerians today. Can you clarify which is more of anger to you? The anger of your friend Tambuwa, who you feel betrayed you, or the anger of Senator Ayu?
Okay, if I'm angry that he betrayed me, well,
He did betray you.
hold it. First of all, if I'm angry that he betrayed me, what am I going to do? I mean, so will you kill yourself that somebody betrayed you? Won't you move on with your life? Have I not been doing my work as governor of Rivers State? If in his conscience, if he feels that what he did was right, so be it. If he knows what he did was not right, he should know what to do. I don't even think about it. Frankly speaking.
He doesn't upset
you. Even if you upset me, it's like you lost a child. It can be painful that your life must go on. In this case, a man decided what he wanted to do. He's not my son. Even if he's my son, he's of age to take a decision. And you're taking a decision. Do I go and kill him? I move on with life. And he's moving on with his life. Did we sign an agreement that we must be like this together unto our life? Are we married? I don't understand when people talk about anger, no anger. I've loved that. Look, one thing you must understand, and if you're not prepared for it, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be a politician at Nigeria, you must have what we call a shock observer. If you don't have a shock observer, you will die. You must. At all times, you see these things happen. So you don't need to begin to put yourself, except you're not prepared. That's all about a leadership. That's all about the leadership. Is it me? Did Nigerians watch it? You, what is your feeling? You, what do you think? You, what do you think? All of you watch it on television. So it is for you to, take your own position, whether you are happy, whether it's right or not. But that is not what we're talking. Whatever has happened, has happened. Won't you move the party forward? Why do all these vice presidential candidates, this and that? And sometimes when I watch television, I say, where did they get these stories from? Where did they get it from? Who has ever spoken to me to say, I said, no, I will not forgive them because I didn't get president. I will not forgive them because I didn't get vice president. People who are afraid of me around them, they know. I'm a no-nonsense person. I'm a no-nonsense person. I don't go and begin, because you're a president candidate, I begin to run around you every day. I won't do that. I have a lot of work to do.
Your Excellency, some people are of the opinion that within your group as governors, there are those who are telling the national chairman not to quit, and that if he quits, they will leave the party. Somebody even mentioned the governor from one of the South states as saying that if he leaves, they will leave the party. Could this be one reason the national chairman is bent on hanging on?
Well, you must know, in everything you are doing in life, there are people whose life, that has been how they live their life. They even have no say publicly. They do that at the back. I will say my own. Let those governors from the south or southeast or southwest come out to say. Let them open their mouth and say to Nigerians that when support that the chairman and president should remain in one zone. Let them come out and say it. It's not to go back and talk. There are people, if now seeing you, they're fidgeting. Look, I'm very happy. You know why? I'm living. And I feel so proud that I can tell anybody in this country today that go to River State, I'm satisfied with what I have done. And the people of the state are very much satisfied with what I have done. I'm not one of those governors when you leave office, I'm going to find somewhere that we got to stay to join associations. I won't do that. I will not do that. I will not be relevant through association. I will be relevant through my contribution in my state. That's what makes a politician. That's why I look at Nigeria today. Former Ministers Forum, former Governors Forum, former Chief of Staff Forum, former Councillors Forum, former House Officers Forum, former Principal Officers Forum. Look, because nobody has anything to just one problem or the other. That's why I was in Abuja. As a governor, I don't sleep in Abuja. As a governor, when I will have all excuses to go and stay in Abuja. But not to tell you, even if I leave office, what to attract me there? Except I have something to eat. You see, the point I'm trying to make, forget about those people who are saying that the chairman resign. No problem. If he says should not resign, that shouldn't be peace. Okay.
Your Excellency.
Okay.
Your Excellency. some people are saying that your insistence on the chairman's resignation in the manner in which you are asking for it will create more crisis for the party. In the sense that if he steps aside, he still leaves you with the burning end of the stick. In the sense, because if you read the party's constitution, Article 46, 47.6, where a vacancy occurs in any of the offices of the party, the executive committee at the appropriate level shall appoint another person from the area or zone where the officer originated from to serve out the tenure of the officer. So if IU steps aside, like you are asking him to, the next person that may be called upon to fill that vacancy will also be from the north, which still leaves you with the burning end of the state. If you flip the coin around, the other solution would be for the party to probably convene a convention to elect a new national chairman. And that the party cannot afford that in months to election. What do you say to that?
You know, if you ask people, criminals, why criminals? Why is it that I commit crime? Because there's no job. If you ask that person, he said, because yes, I'm working, but the money that pay me is not enough. So many criminals have various reasons on why they commit crime. These are people who have nothing to offer this party electorally. You are talking about constitution now. When you forget that the constitution says there should be zoning of elective and party offices. You did not remember that constitution says so. Now, is there nothing called expediency? Is there nothing called necessity? Look, now look at where we have found ourselves.
Doctrine of
whatever they may call it. Doctrine of expediency. Look, we never knew we put ourselves into this. Not that you never knew, you knew. Ordinarily, I mean, this chairman, this governorship would have been zoned. I mean, this presidency ought to have zoned to the south. You knew it. All you thought what you've done is to show how clever or how smart you are. Now that the crisis down, you are now falling back to that constitution to say, look, there are constitutional crisis. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You can't. It's never done anywhere. Sacrifice should be made. What's wrong? If the national chairman, who has already said, did he know of the provisions of this constitution? Did he not know of the provisions of this constitution before he said, if the presidential candidate emerges from so-so zone, I will give up? Was this provision inserted now? What do we blow? Hot and cold. Why? Why? So I don't think anybody is saying that. There's no way. Even NEC could meet and take that decision and then ratify it in a convention later. For expediency purposes, we have to zone back this chairmanship to the south. NEC can take, I don't know where these so-called lawyers are getting from. Because of interest. NEC can take that decision and ratify it in the convention. So whom are they deceiving? So whom are they deceiving? Yes.
After the election.
Yes. All we want is, now that you have given presidency to them, let us take our own chairman. Because when they are meeting for decision making, the presidential candidate sits here, the national chairman sits here, the DG of campaign sits here. They take decision. Then they come and tell the people to execute. Now I hear they say board of trustees. What is called board of trustees means what? Why did they put pressure on the board of trustees chairman to resign? And then now you cannot put pressure on national chairman to resign. Look. As when I was trying to run as a governor, I had a lot of crises. But I have to let go certain things for us to be able to win an election. The problem is that we have not won an election, we are too arrogant. We are too arrogant. We have not won an election. We are telling Nigerians, look, you can't trust us. We say one thing, we do a different thing. You are going to campaign, people will issue you. They will show you on video. See what you said now. I mean, simple thing. Instead of you to do the right thing, all you will do is name calling. Who is wicked? We'll do without him. I never say you cannot do without me. I never said so. But all I say, you can't do without me in my state. That's what I've always said. What is my business? Will I go to Ondo? Will I go to Oyo? You can do without me, I agree. But to say you do without me in this state, it will not be possible.
But how do you do it in such a way that if they do without you, or you do without them, the election of the presidency will have a national assembly on that. If you do not stick with the article and you do not listen to you, what would you do?
What is your business? When you get to the bridge, you think about how to cross the bridge.
Because I thought today, Your Excellency, I thought today you are bearing it
It's not my business to tell you my strategy in election. Every election has its own strategy.
Let me ask you.
You don't. Let me ask you one question. Have you not seen where governors win and assembly lose election in your constituency? It's the same election now. Have you not seen where assembly member loses seat in that same and governor won in that constituency?
So that could happen here.
I'm not saying so. I'm not saying so. So you don't put words into my mouth. All I'm saying is that you asked the question. I said, look, we are still talking about peace. You understand me? It's only when you say you don't want us, do you understand me? Then we can now fall back and say, what do we do? But we don't talk about what we do now when there are still openings for people to discuss. I'm not running an election. It's the man who wears his shoe knows what. So if you say you need me, you know what to do. But if you say I'm not relevant, you know it is your own business. But the point is that all this name calling, weekend group, this, we'll deal with them, we'll do this. You know, you compound your problems. Take for example, since 1999, we have never won Yobe State. Since 1999. But one of the problem people is from that Yobe State. So what will he give the party? What will he give the party?
Who is this person?
You know him. My name was since 1999. Has PDP won Yobe State?
Or even his what?
Or if this one. So what is the electoral value now? He will bring to the table. Tell me, since 1999 we started this democracy, PDP has never won Yobe State. And then you are going about. We'll deal with him. We'll sanction him. Meanwhile, we are zero in your state. You sanction the person that has given you 100%. You that have brought nothing, you're sanctioning me. Have you seen how this party and this country? Me, I brought something on the table. The man who didn't bring anything sanctioned the man who brought something.
Your Excellency, in the event that the consensus is not built to meet the constitutional requirements of the legal.
There is nothing like constitutional requirements. We are not removing. We are not removing. We are saying, look, so where we have boxed ourselves in. Because of us and because of some of us thought we are being smarter than other people. Now we have boxed ourselves into this by our own action. Now there must be experience. Sacrifices must be made in order to remedy this. We are not removing IU because IU committed so offense. We say, look, for political expediency, making us forward to win this election, and for inclusivity, to make all of us believe that we are all one. Okay, take for example. Did you watch the video of Governor Tambawa's campaign in Imo State? Did you watch the video when he said, look, why would there no problem in this country when there's partialization? He said so when he was campaigning for delegates in Imo State about the Igbos. There's partialization, and so that's what there's crisis. And now the same thing has come to our party. We are saying, look, let us not do what these people are doing. No. Let us tell Nigerians that, look, we are ready. That's why we are taking the decision we are taking. Look at what happened in APC. Look at when the governors came out and said, listen, this is one country. Let us make it so that everybody will know all of us belong to one. And that they are moving their presidency to the south. We are not fighting again. We have given it to the north. But give the chairman to the south. And you are not saying no. So where is the inclusivity now?
Your Excellency, I think we need to take a break now.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, everyone. And when we come back, the conversation, the media chat with Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State continues. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Welcome back, Your Excellency. One of the things that confounds the Nigerian voting public is the fact that you have a preponderance of governors from the south in the PDP. Yet, it has taken an APC that has by far fewer southern governors to take the decision to cause power to shift to the south. How did this happen in your party despite the fact that you have so many governors from the south?
I think that you should praise those of us who stood firm and to say that, look, power should shift to the south. People like Governor of Enugu State, people like Abia State, people like West, Shey Makinde, Odom contested, you know. If you're a governor, that's what I can do. You know what to, if that is what your people want. But I told them that this is what my people want, and that is why we have to go for it. And you see, like people say, the love for unity of this country, for the unity of this country. Yes, everybody wants how things will be done in such a way that nobody should care where you come from. We'll get to that point. But as it is today, we have not reached that level where you undermine these factors. No. And that is why it is critical to some of us in PDP. I said, do they understand the mistake they're making? If APC as a ruling party can come out categorically and say, we are zoning this to the south. And then we in PDP, we have lost it. And then we are saying, okay, appealing to you so that there will be peace everywhere. We can have something to talk to our people. Give us back, Chairman. You are still saying no. What message are we sending? We have accepted our fate by making sure the party candidate has emerged. And we say, look, for whatever way it is, let us do things so that peace will reign and let's move on. And people are still trying to show that they determine what will happen in this country by the mere fact that whatever they say is what will happen. And people are going to say, come on, I'm not a slave. No way. No way. We must do the right thing. We must show Nigerians this is where we are coming to. And you have been arrogant about it. Why are you arrogant about it? It is instead of you to face the facts. Every day you go and pay money to some media people. Wike did this, Wike did that, Wike did this, Wike did that. Is Wike going to be chairman of the party?
No, Governor, let me quickly ask you this here. During the commissioning in Havada campus of the River State University,
Yeah.
you said something.
What did I say?
You said that you know the reason why the Atiku camp are doing what they are doing.
Yeah.
And you made a promise, just
Yeah.
like you said. You said you're going to talk.
Look,
and you're
I
talking.
know where
No,
you're
you said
Yeah, you know where you're going to.
you said you.
Let me check you. Don't worry.
You know my question.
Yes, you've already said. I mean,
You said you know
if
the
you're-
reason
if
why-
you're- If you're a good student, the mere fact you make the introduction, I know where you're heading to, so you don't need to put that. So let me just say that. Because I said they believe that the presidency is supporting them. I said they believe.
That President Buhari is supporting them.
Nah, presidency is not Buhari.
Someone in the presidency.
Yes. Presidency is not Buhari. Buhari is the head of the presidency. And like I said, we are coming, small. That's the time you reveal one. That's the time you say you're one. You don't say everything one day. You see, you will tell Nigerians for today, this is what you're telling them. Another time we'll tell Nigerians, see, this is what you look. No party that wants to win the election that can be arrogant like this. No party that is ready to take over power from APC. You know, APC is not like PDP. APC is something else. Look, how many of them as the federal government invaded the election the way they invaded the state? How many of them says? So I know what APC can do. So as an opposition party who is trying to lure the people, have the sympathy of the people, you must also understand to show humility. Look, we are humble. We are ready to tackle the issues of this country. And to show that, see what you have done. See what you have done. See what you are going to do. Look, development alone is not the only problem Nigeria has. Insecurity alone is not the only problem Nigeria has. Part of our problem is non-inclusivity of people. Certain sectors believing that they have been marginalized. Whether you like it or not, you must show that you have the capacity to bring everybody together. And to show that capacity, I have started it. How did I start it? I know by our party convention. I know by our party, this is the custom. This is the culture of our party. This is where we have done our things. And now we are boxing to something. I have that capacity to resolve it. Gentlemen, let's not talk about law. Let's talk about political expedience in order to win elections. Don't do that. And you can't take care of arrogance. You pay for it.
Your Excellency, you have quite not answered the question that I was
No, I have
asking.
told you, no.
Now, you said, just a moment, sir. You said that there is a belief that
Some people
in the presidency,
Yes. Some people are supporting them.
some persons in the presidency
Yeah.
are supporting them, and they believe that the power will return to the north, and that's why they have the confidence. And you imagine that the President Buhari is from the north, and Mr. Atiku Abubakar is also from the north. What do you make of that scenario? If you think that some people in the presidency are working with
That
the
may not
Atiku
be
team,
thinking of President Buhari. Mind you too, you have heard of so many things in the presidency, which sometimes the president may not know.
Well,
Mind you, remember, under the APC primary, you heard that it was the presidency that brought Ahmed. You heard so. But you also had one president said, no, everybody go to the field. They began to wonder, but I thought they said it was the president. That's why I say they believe. They believe. That belief they believe may turn out not to be correct. That's the point that
Since
that you see, look. In power, let me tell you, there are those who are close to me. Do you understand me? There are those who are close to me. Somebody who's close to me is what we're going to do. Meanwhile, that such a discussion has not taken place. And if you believe that person, how close he is to me, there's a likelihood you may be tempted to agree that yes, this is correct. And two, certain steps too, the person may show you, which will also make you believe the more that it is correct. Until finally, it dawns on you that all I'm saying is not correct too. So that's the point I'm trying to make. But why you should know is that can an opposition party who really wants to take over power allow itself for things that look for peace sake to resolve issue? We begin to say no, we won't do it because we run to constitutional council. And I was, in fact, when I read the text by the candidate, rule of law, who has violated the rule of law now? Who have violated section 73C of the PDP constitution? Why did we just hold our own constitution? Then we're not talking about rule of law. That our government will be anchored based on rule of law. Meanwhile, we are not practicing the rule of law. By following section 73C. If we had followed section 73C, would you have come to this issue of talking about if Chairman resigns, this will happen, that will not happen? You purposely did what you did in order to suit you. Now you have run into storming water, and then you are saying constitutionalism, removal. No.
Your Excellency,
we will not accept that at all.
if the law of expediency does not hold sway,
sorry, if what?
if the law of expediency, like you mentioned, does not suffice, will you still remain?
Don't be pessimistic.
I don't mean to.
I am not a pessimist, so I don't say if.
Okay.
If allow you to get to that.
No, we're almost there, sir.
No,
that's why we are here.
Are you preaching for peace for us, or you want us to divide?
We want peace for progress and development of this nation.
Well, let me tell you something.
Just in the event that this man does not honor his word, where do we go from here?
I told you this yesterday.
Yes, that you remain.
I said I will remain in PDP. The fight for inclusivity must be in the party. And I will remain there to fight for it. I'm not a man who sees fight and runs away.
Your Excellency, there's a suggestion that the PDP can actually do without Rivers State or Rivers State votes. That after all, President Buhari became president in 2015. He didn't win Rivers State. President Buhari became president in 2019. He didn't need Rivers State vote. And they are advancing the same argument that Atiku could become president of Nigeria without Rivers State. What do you say?
If God decides
that will be in spite of you.
If God decides that he will be president, that not anybody can do. But for us as men, we don't know what God is thinking. But as men, anybody advising Atiku that is a wicked man to Atiku. And I know those who are doing it.
How so?
No, let me tell you. I know those who are doing it. They don't have electoral value in their own units. Some of them are from Edo. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Look at their calculation. Atiku didn't win Rivers State. Buhari didn't win Rivers State. But Buhari won Lagos and Kano.
That's right.
Right? Does Atiku have Lagos now? Does he have Kano? The only one he has always had is Rivers. And he said he don't want them. So you have 0 over 3.
He has not said he doesn't.
No. He said that you asked this question. That's from Atiku's camp. And these are people who don't have electoral value. If anybody has electoral value, why would he even opine that? Why would he even say such a thing? They don't. Okay, take for example, a president of Nigeria that does not have a governor of Rivers, does not have governor of Lagos, does not have governor of Kano. Did that president be comfortable? No, tell me, that president will be comfortable. That also tells you what do they have in mind about stability of Nigeria. Do they really want Nigeria to stabilize? So I don't think that Atiku, the candidate of the party, will listen to those kind of suggestions, political irrelevance. I call them political irrelevance. I call them so. Because I can be proud to say, since 1999, Rivers State has always been a PDP. In 2015, we won. Remember, there was a serving governor here who was the DG of Buhari's campaign. He didn't get 25%. In 2019, he was a minister. He was the DG. He didn't also get 25% here. You think this state, you think that we are just like that. Someone, look, do it. Let those political pundits carry out the action. Let them carry out the action they want to carry. Ignore River State. Ignore Lagos. Ignore Kano. They are not important.
The argument is that it is not the people of River State or River State voters who are members of the PDP that are involved in this, that it is you as a person.
And let them wait now. Why not wait? I don't have a wife to talk to. I don't have my son. He's a registered voter. I have my father, so I can't talk to my father. I don't have my friends to preach to them. But we see, when is the people who are not politicians, they don't talk anyhow. No reasonable politician will make that kind of statement. A sitting governor, not just a governor that has performed to beyond expectation. You, as she came to River State, are you not happy? No, look, what brings the vote? I'll go to every local government and say, this is why you must vote for us. Because I have done this in this local government. Because I have done this in this local government. Because I have done this in this local. 23 local government, not one will escape me. Not one. Because the facts are there. I have fought for River State interests. They know I'm not that kind of governor that will sell their interests.
I'm just wondering the kind of difficult task you have put yourself in, because you are not leaving the PDP, yet you are dissatisfied with the PDP, and I'm wondering what kind of messages you'll be preaching when you are campaigning. Okay, I'm angry with the PDP, don't vote for this particular person.
Are you in our campaign committee? Leave us to strategize. You see, look. The way I talk to you journalists is not the way I talk to other people. All people have their own audience. Whichever audience. They want to call family meetings. They want to call age group. Do you understand me? They want to call born again people. So forget the one you hear where you see everybody in the field. It's different from the other campaign. This one that people rate when you go to a place, there's over 1 million crowd came. Me, I go there to over 1 million crowd. The same crowd. The same crowd.
Your Excellency.
That's what we used to judge.
Yeah. So let me quickly add that
it's a follow-up to what you said.
Right.
From what we have heard here from you, it is extremely easy to come to a conclusion that both the national chairman of your party and the presidential candidate of your party have, in their conduct towards you, shown that they are not trustworthy people. Now, you want to remain in the party, with Nigerians having the belief that the way Governor Wike has been treated by his party leaders, they are not trustworthy. Do you think that Nigerians will still continue to invest their trust in a party led by people who have shown a lack of good character and trustworthiness towards one of the leading lights of their party?
Well, I'll take it this way. It has nothing to do with the treatment to Wike. I want us to people remove Wike. What we get fighting is justice, fairness, and equity. Not me. All I'm saying, the way our party has always been, that I made it to show a party of inclusivity. You have taken this, allow chairman to go to so zone. Not about Wike, the way they treat me. Nobody has the capacity to treat me anyhow. Now, about trustworthiness, let us conclude first. Assuming they change their mind tomorrow and do what is needful, will I say they are not trustworthy? So I will not conclude now that they are not trustworthy.
But for now, they are not.
I will conclude that I don't know, from night to night anything can happen. But just be calm. We will know. But the point I'm making is that it is you, that what I mean you, we, as a party, that must show to Nigerians we have integrity, we are trustworthy, and we have promised Nigerians when we come, all these issues of modernization will be a thing of the past. When we come, we'll make sure Nigeria lives as one. Now, the only way Nigerians can take it, start from this one now. Start from this one now. If you can do this, then you are giving Nigerians hope that when we come, really, a lot of things will be done. But if you cannot do this now, then you are making Nigerians to be afraid. You see, people take Nigerians for granted. You see, that's what people is trying to do. Because Nigerians are not happy with APC. And therefore, we don't want to do the right thing because Nigerians are not happy with APC. You don't do that. You don't do that. Rather, since you believe that APC has not done well, since we believe the party of the government have not done well, then we, as people who want to take over, should show more seriousness to Nigerians. That is the point we're trying to make. And with what you are doing, you are scaring Nigerians. And that's what we are saying. We don't scare Nigerians. This thing is waiting for us to take. It's waiting for us to take. Make the sacrifice. Do the needful. So that we won't begin to kill ourselves. It's already there. It's right.
Mr. Governor, let me quickly jump in. There are those who debate that what is playing out now in the PDP and that you are fighting for in the PDP, this is not the first time we're saying it. If you remember, Senator Ahmadu Ali was the national chairman of the PDP when the late Yaradua became the candidate of the PDP. He was in office until the late president became president of the Federal Republic. And they are from the same region, similar to, just a moment. Okay. And there are those who are also saying that, in fact, some of your supporters, some of your allies are already crossing to the other side. Maybe they are tired of the struggle.
Who are those allies? Who are those allies? No, tell me the allies so that I know.
These are conversations in your party, and you know them very well. There are some who are on your side, and they're now crossing because some of them are running for election, or their children or something are running for election. They are already crossing to the other side. What would you say to that?
Okay, let me just correct an impression. You see, what people don't know. Have you participated in guerrilla warfare before? Do you know what's called guerrilla warfare? You're not a politician. You know, like what the party did. We were laughing when they wrote to some of my friends to submit names to the campaign council. Who saw them? Submit. Carry along. Did you not withdraw for the campaign council? Those who submitted names, did they not withdraw for the campaign council? When the group takes a decision, they have taken a decision. It doesn't work that way. There are those who have told, don't talk.
So it's not everybody we see with you.
It's not everybody. You see, Sheyi talks. You don't ask me of our strategies. You think you are just seeing me. If I tell you those you don't know, who are very powerful, you don't even know. Two, you talk about people should correct history. But let me even start. Assuming though not considering that was correct at that time. Assuming though not considering that was correct. Should you continue with what is not right? Assuming what you are saying as per Ahmadu Ali and this. Assuming. But they forget that we had a sitting president who was Obasanjo, who is from the south. So what are they talking about? When Ahmadu Ali left, who took over as chairman of the party? I mean, these people, I don't know where they get their facts. Obasanjo was the sitting president. So you cannot bring that scenario as the same scenario here. We don't have a president. We don't have a president. So if a president can come from one zone, the chairman must come from the other zone. Simplicity. And as I will also tell you, even if we are 200 here, it has nothing to do with Wike's allies and anyway. It is based on what you believe in. I believe that justice, fairness, and equity should be allowed for our party to progress, for our party to stand as a party that wants to take over the realms of affairs of this country. In fact, they should even thank us that we are pushing our party to let the world not think that some of these people are behaving like that, that are the people who are the party. There are still people who believe in equity, justice, and fairness. Look, no, if I need power, if I want to be in power, I would have wanted to take the Senate. But I said, no. That's a man who believes equity, fairness, and justice. Because in my senatorial zone, there's one zone I've never one day attempted to be. We are the majority. Another minority area, they have gone and gone and gone. My people said, look, we cannot. I said, no. Today you are majority. You don't know what tomorrow will be. I said, no. Give it to that zone. Let them produce the Senate. So the analysis does not time at all.
Wenger, please, just give me a moment.
Yeah, I just want to follow up on that. Just want to put His Excellency on notice that we have just about 11 minutes or so, and we still have some questions, and so we appreciate brevity on some of the questions we raise.
All right.
Maybe we just rope all the questions together and then keep him very
quickly. All right. Now, Your Excellency, you've spoken your mind literally, and you've spoken about the state of your party. But the reality is, the election of February 2023 is what is involved here. I'd like to ask, if the election were to be called today, do you think your party will win?
Okay, just hold on to that. Amazing. Your question too.
My question is this. His Excellency is very hopeful, very optimistic that the PDP is on course, and in 2023 it will be the party to beat. Okay. I want to ask, is it really fair on him to think that way, in spite of the many betrayals that he has had to face? And that brings me to another question. Sir, in 2023, who, in your own opinion, would be the right leader to be queuing for?
Okay, for as president or governor?
President.
Okay. Hold on to that as well. Do you have any questions?
So that I will forget.
Let me just wrap it up with this question. Your roadmap to getting the national chairman out of office, I'd like you to also throw more light on that, because you said the NEC can take the initiative. And I'm wondering, at the same NEC that is chaired by the national chairman, you want the man to call a conference that will sack him or what?
Yeah. If the election were to be called today, do you think your party will win?
Yes. The party is likely to win if we take advantage of the support Nigerians are giving.
Today?
If we take advantage, and that advantage is to do the right thing. What Nigerians are saying this party that promised all heaven and earth, we can't get it. The company has never been polarized like this before, right? There's not been support polarization like this before. And then, now you are not, it's of you to capitalize on that by doing the right thing, so you can continue to enjoy the support and win the election if it's called. As like I said, we have time. If the election is called, one will say today, it can't be today. Tomorrow, if the election is called, tomorrow. Like tomorrow is what? Saturday. Right? And they allow themselves in this way. Nigerians won't come back to us. And that's why we are taking it upon ourselves not to allow this opportunity to go. If we allow this opportunity, Nigerians are giving us, then we'll pay dearly for it. And that's what I try to let people know. So, but for me, everything must be done to make sure the right thing is done for us to take the support of Nigerians. But if we say we'll continue this way and then take for granted that the APC has not done well, then we'll go in for a shocker. That I can tell you. If you can remind me.
So in 2023, sir, who is the right presidential candidate
Right
Nigerians should queue for?
Well, you are asking
PDP.
me.
Yes.
You're asking
in your
me,
view.
Yes. Which party am I? Which party am I?
You are sitting between two flags there.
No,
there's a Nigerian flag, there's a PDP flag.
Nigerian flag.
You might be tilting towards what Nigerians want.
As a governor, there must be Nigerian flag. There must be a party flag. There are no two party flags. There's difference between federal government and APC.
If these rankings are not
APC is
resolved
of the federal government. So you can't deceive me, a leader of PDP here today, as I'm saying, which person will I support? Well, look, I'm still in PDP. I'm not told I'm leaving PDP. So that question does not arise. Doesn't arise.
Okay. Yeah. My question is...
No, okay.
Yeah, your roadmap to getting the chairman out. And again, are you the possibility of you being sanctioned by your party?
Suspended.
Is there if you continue along this
line? They're already talking about suspending.
Who suspend me?
The party.
The party.
Which party?
The PDP.
No problem. They look at the wahala you already carried. Look, what do you think is our job here? My job here is not only to do projects.
But they are saying nobody can be bigger than a party.
No problem. Nobody says so. I'm not saying I'm bigger than the party. But those who run away from the party cannot suspend me from the party. Look.
But the real question I ask is,
I'm coming to that.
How does the NEC
I'm coming to that.
implement?
Please, I beg them today. They shouldn't waste time.
To suspend you?
They should come neck now. I say, Governor Devon say, yeah, I'm suspended from the party. Anything you see, you take.
Well,
I'm not like
you are giving them problems. That's
I'm not like those kind of. I'm not like that. They know what I will do. Pikin will say, "My man no go sleep. He go sleep." You see, I'm going to Pidgin English now.
Them, so they no one make you sleep. Sir.
Them do they go sleep? Nobody has monopoly
but
of
there
making
could
problems.
be basis, Your Excellency, from what Babajide's question came from.
That I did what?
The fact that is it true also that some other political parties are weighing you? They are talking to you.
So they're not important. Do you want somebody that's not important?
Are they weighing you truly?
You are the one who's saying that they're weighing
No, I'm
you.
asking a question. I'm a journalist, so I'm asking. And other political parties talking to you.
Who does not want to win River State?
So they are truly talking to you.
Why would you talk to me?
Is the APC or Labour Party?
So many parties.
That's anti-party
It's not correct. It's not correct. Then you're not a good politician.
You have 1 minute.
Our presidential candidate, does he not talk to APC people? Does he not want them to join them? You see, if you're an asset, people must come and talk to you. Who is a pretty girl that nobody wants to go and talk to?
Your Excellency, how do you want the national
Now,
to go about that suggestion?
when you are talking about IU, we have said not to remove her. You people are mistaking two things here. We are saying because of what we have caused by ourselves.
Yes.
By refusing to zone the elective office president.
Yes.
We have boxed ourselves to a corner now, where we are trying to break the convention and the constitution of our party, and therefore something must give way for us to move forward. And if you said he loves this party so much, he wants this party to win the election, can I tell you the fight they're fighting? Okay, are you and Saraki are not too happy with themselves? You know why? Ayu wants to be in power in office so that he will be there. If we win, he wants to secretary to government of a nation.
Seriously?
Who wants to be?
Ayu.
Seriously?
Saraki are here. You know, these positions have been shared. And then they are talking to young boys like us, small boys, children, as if we don't know what is going on. I can tell you that most of you don't know what is going on. Somebody has been given the Senate president. Do you think, as you look at me very well, I will sit here before national television to tell you things I do not know? It's just because of confidentiality and certain things you cannot say them here. If Nigerians hear a lot of things, going on now in the party that wants to take over the reins of power, you will shake your head. So simple thing, make sacrifice. My brother, my sister, look, I want to do this. Next, take decision. It did not remove you. You are resigning. It's not removal. Resignation is not a removal. You are resigning because we have problem. And I'm the one that can salvage this problem now. And let me salvage it now. That's what they are calling you for. We are not saying you have been removed. And nobody's saying that.
We're out of time.
Nigeria is also out of time.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for allowing us to take so much of your time today. And I'm sure this has not foreclosed all the issues.
We have so many more issues.
Yes, after all, the campaigns will start very soon. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. And of course, for my colleagues there, Ameze Igebo, she's a director news KTA. Thank you so much, Ameze. And of course, my brother, Shehu Okibale. Thank you so much, Shehu.
Thank you so much.
And of course, my very good friend, Jide. Thank you so much, Jide, for being
Thank
here.
you.
And we must also acknowledge the presence of some party